Hi, everybody. Hi. Good morning, going into good afternoon. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the reading Max's Many Jobs, which I posted yesterday. And excuse me if I'm a little distracted. I have another meeting kind of going on here. But anyway, let me go into the reading. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to the Facebook and just show you how I do this. All right. So here we are. We're at CMAC Family English here. Okay. And you know you're at CMAC Family English because you see the beautiful picture of the house. And I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to scroll down until we find the reading here. Okay. And here's the reading. I just clicked on this. Max's Many Jobs. And I'm going to put this in the comments. It's going, it's going, it's going. I don't know if you can see it. But that's when you know you're at the reading. You see this picture. So let's just take a look at this picture really quickly. Max works hard. Max works hard. That's what that title says. Here you see 3 pictures. Let's take a look at these pictures here. So we see this picture here. It looks like it's a man. Okay. And he has a trash can and a mop and a broom. And it looks like his job is to clean things. And people who clean things, we call them many different names, but some of the names we call them custodian. 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 That just means a person who cleans a building like a school or an office. Now moving over here. Okay, so that was this one here, Max. And this one here looks like there's a woman and she's putting things into a box. Okay. And it looks like she's either in a factory, a place where they make things, or a store of some sort. Now let's look at the bottom picture here. This is a person in an office. We can tell it's an office because we see the fax machine, the phone, the desk, papers. He's in an office. And a person who works in an office is an office worker. Okay, so we have custodian, packager, office worker. Office worker. Okay. Scrolling. So you know, we want to kind of scroll past how many pages. It says, look at the picture. And what are their jobs? Where do they work? Are you a hard worker? Sometimes before we read, it's always good to kind of pre-read, preview, or look at beforehand and see what is the best way to, you know, a little bit about the story. And so, and another good way is asking questions. And these questions already heard you. What are their jobs? What are their jobs? We have custodian, packager, office worker. Second question, where? Where do they work? Where do they work? What place? Maybe a school, factory, office. That's where they work. And then the third question is a little bit different. It's a question for you. It says, are you a hard worker? Are you a hard worker? And this is a really good question. This is actually a question they ask you a lot in job interviews. Are you a hard worker? And, you know, the answer you want to answer is yes, I am a hard worker. Being a hard worker means you do your job. You come to work on time. You finish what you start. And you take care of problems. That's what a hard worker is. That's a good quality to have. So I give my answer. Are you a hard worker? Yes, I am a hard worker. I work very hard. And I think you should give yourself maybe that answer too. Understand, you know, even if you're home just watching your kids, that's not an easy job. That's a job. And it's a hard job. And, you know, I know all of you do a great job. So, yes, I'm a hard worker. I'm a hard worker. Always good things to say. Okay, so now we're going to actually try to read this, okay? And please bear with me. I'm still working out how to actually show you this. But here, let's just take a look down here and let's see if we can kind of angle it in a way so we could see this. Okay, so we're going to look very closely. And as you can see, we have like 4 different really groups of sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that's good to notice because we call these groups of sentences paragraphs. But let me start reading this. Max is a hard worker. Max has had many different jobs. In 1996, he took his high school exam when he was 16. After that, he started working. Okay, so in 1996, let's look at that year there, 1996. It says he took his high school exam. An exam is like a test. Sometimes people don't get a chance to graduate from high school. So what they do is they get their GED. And the GED is really a high school exam. So it looks like that's what Max did. Okay? And here it says, next paragraph. First, he was a packager in a factory. He put things in boxes and put the boxes on a truck. He worked in the factory from 1996 to 2000. Okay? So if you take a look here, and again, I apologize, you have to keep on doing, that's really, we talked about the packager in the factory. The packager in the factory. That looks like that was Max's first job. That was Max's first job. And that he worked there from 1996 to 2000. Okay. So now let's go on to number 3, where it says next. Next, he was a custodian in a school. He cleaned and waxed the floors. He took out the trash. He fixed the toilets and the lights. He was a custodian from 2000 to 2008. Okay, and then that's going back here, okay? He was a custodian, and we talked about the custodian being a person who cleans. It was describing the many different things that he does. One of the big things is trash, taking out trash or mopping or waxing floors, and also fixing things. Important job. Okay. Then let's go to the last paragraph, okay? Then he moved to Texas. He started working in an office. Now he is an office worker. He answers the phone. He gives faxes to people in the office. Okay, and then we go here Okay. We go here. All right. And take a look right here. And I think they're talking about number 3. Office. Faxes. He gives the faxes to people. He's an office worker. And it looks like he changed his state. He was living somewhere else, but he moved to Texas. Texas. Texas is the state in the Southwest that borders Mexico. Okay? So here we go. We have, in the order anyway, 1, 2, 3. Okay? 3 jobs he had. All right, so that's the reading. And now we're going to just quickly take a look at some of the questions, okay? And you will find the questions on the second page. And I'm just going to let you take a look at these questions and read these. I'll read these for you. It says, Max works hard. That's the title of the story. Write yes or no. Write yes or no. So for number 1, Max was a packager for 3 years. Max was a packager for 3 years. So we do know it's true that Max was a packager, but for 3 years, I don't know. Let's go back to the reading. Where does it say packager? Second paragraph. It says first he was a packager in the factory. He put things in boxes and put boxes on the truck. He worked in the factory from 1996 to 2000. I think that's 4 years. I believe that's 4 years. 4 years, okay? Not 3 years. So for that one, and I'll just fix it. I got to just fix my computer. That would be no. 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 Okay. Okay, sorry about that. I'm in the middle of, let me just fix this. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's go on to number 2. Let's go on to number 2. And maybe I'll only do 3 of these. I'll leave 4 and 5 for you to do. Really, I just wanted to show you how to go about this. Okay, so looking, oh, man, not good. All right, number 2. Max's first job was in a factory. Max's first job was in a factory. Is that true? Was his first job in a factory? Let's go see. Okay. First, he was a packager in a factory. Yep, that's true. That's true. Number 2, the answer should be yes. Yes. Okay. Now let's look at number 3. Number 3. Max finished high school. Max finished high school. And let's go take a look. Again, we always scroll back to the reading. And I think we'll find that in the first paragraph. Let's read that again. Max is a hard worker. Okay. Max had many jobs, different jobs. All right. In 1996, he took his high school exam when he was 16. After that, he started working. Now, this is an interesting question because it asked if he finished high school. It didn't say he graduated here. It said he took his high school exam. But we do know that getting your GED, it's pretty much the same thing as a high school diploma. Same thing as graduating. So if he took it and he passed, he graduated high school. He finished high school. So I would put the answer to yes. Yes. To question number 3. Yes. And sometimes that's what you have to do with questions. It doesn't say the word exactly, but you just have to think about it and see which one makes sense and make a choice. So I choose yes for that. Let's just go through number 4. Max moved to Iowa. Max moved to Iowa. Huh. I know Max moved. He moved to a different state, but was it Iowa? Iowa is in the Midwest. Let's check. Oh, here we go. Here we're talking about states. Then he moved to Texas. So the answer actually to this is no. No. Okay. Number 5, Max was a custodian for 8 years. Was Max a custodian for 8 years? Wow, I forget. So let's check. Let's look for the word custodian. Okay, it's in this paragraph. Next, he was a custodian in the school. He cleaned and waxed the floors. He took out the trash. He fixed the toilets and the lights. He was a custodian from 2000 to 2008. Okay, so that's 8 years. 8 years. Yes. The answer is yes. Now, these are some other answers that you can certainly, it'd be great if you want to type them in the comments. I won't tell you my answers yet, but number 6, where does Max work now? Where does Max work now? Number 7, when did he start working in the factory? When did he start working in the factory? And number 8, how long did he work at the school? Okay. All right. So here, these are questions that if you wanted to, you can put them in the comments, and I can tell you. And then this would be really great too. Is words I don't understand, words you don't know. It's always good to write down words you don't know, because you can always find them somewhere else. And there's a lot of different ways you can find it. I have to say that my favorite way to find out what a word means is 2 ways, which I'll post the links to. 1, Google Translate. Google Translate. What can I say? Google Translate. You can type the word in your language, and then I'll put a similar word or same word in English, and vice versa. It's what I like to use when I'm trying to find out what words in different languages mean. It's not perfect, but it helps. Helps with the pronunciation to say the word too. And then also number 2 is Google Images. And that's really cool, because then you can type the name of the word and you can see pictures. And sometimes from the pictures, you know what a word means. So I'll put the links in there, and you can maybe try to look up some words, or I'll show you some examples. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. And I hope you enjoyed this. Please, please, please send me a message. Send me a comment. Anything. Just to tell me if you have any questions, or tell me if you like this video, or what kind of videos you want. I'm really happy to have this opportunity to be sharing my love of English with all of you. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.